Hello, Brother Nanshi, how are you? Please post my story as anonymous. I have come here because I want my story to be an warning to other South Africans. Do not play around with sangomas who promise you money from the Sandawanas, that they will tell you that the Sandawana that they use at their shrine is going to give you money. Never play with a Sandawana, because you will never be able to control a Sandawana. I found it for myself, and right now I am someone that is suffering. The money that I was promised that I was going to be getting, it is the same amount that people that go to work are earning per month, and it is not really doing anything from me. And I thought that I was going to be a millionaire. This Sandawana made me to sacrifice my girlfriend who was pregnant, and now this Sandawana, it wants me to sacrifice my son that I had with another girlfriend of mine, and I can't have children anymore. I am a man who is South African. I am a Sotho man, and it was in the year 2015. I was working as a courier driver in Pretoria, and me and my other workmate, who is Malawian, we used to talk a lot about these things of muti. And since I had a job, I never had any gratitude to my boss at all, because I said that my boss was not paying me enough. And this Malawian guy, he told me that he knew of a Malawian man that could assist me so that I can have a Sandawana that could assist me. I used to operate in areas of Hatfield, Arcadia, the CBD, delivering packages. And whenever I would go to deliver a package in the neighborhood where there were people that had a lot of money, I would wish, as I would be driving around looking at the big houses, and wish that one day I would own my own big mansion, always drinking alcohol each and every day, and I was struggling. I would look at people who had more money than I would ever had in my entire life. My salary was small, my debt was high, and my girlfriend, by then, she was 3 months pregnant. I was desperate for a shortcut. What made me to fall into this scam of money rituals using a Sandawana was that I went and I took what they call a fast payday loan, and then whenever it is month end, they will just take your money. You will never be able to get out of that debt. You are always broke. So I would even do some deals using the company vehicle to carry some other people, thinking that I would make some money, but I was not making enough. In the warehouse where we were working, I became friends with a colleague, a man that was from Malawi. I will call this man Joseph. Joseph was quite a strange man. I knew that he had a fake permit. I knew that Joseph had a fake permit. This was after we had been sent all the way to Louis Trichardt, where we were supposed to go and deliver some stuff there. And as we were driving, we were using the same vehicle. He was afraid to pass through the toll gate where the police are always on their roadblock. Whenever we were driving on a stretch where he knew that there were no roadblocks, he would be driving. But when we were approaching a toll gate, then Joseph will get out of the car and tell me to just drive until we would have passed the police. I then asked him why he was afraid to pass the police whilst he was the one that was driving. That was when he told me that he was using a fake permit. And I said, okay, you're using a fake permit since when? He told me that ever since he came to South Africa, he had been using a fake license and a fake permit. And I said, what about the times that you have been stopped? Because you have been stopped, I'm pretty sure, since you are sometimes driving on your own. And then he told me that he will never get into trouble because of the charms. The police does not stop his car when he is driving. And even if they search everyone at a big roadblock, when Joseph is passing, they would look at him and let him go. He told me that he was using charms to make himself invisible to the police that will be at the roadblock. He said that whenever they would see his car, they would even think that maybe it is a white man that is driving the car. I said, you are lying. One day, whilst we were sitting in the shade, we were in Silverton. Joseph then told me the secret. He said that, my friend, I do have this other sangoma that can help you to get Sandawana money. I had grown up knowing about Sandawana, but I never knew anyone that could link me up with a sangoma who was using a Sandawana so that you can become rich. He told me that instead of me working too hard for this money, there was a way to get instant money that would follow me each and every month. It will be like a spiritual salary. He explained that there were rituals that one could do to make sure that this Sandawana, it will be happy, and once it is happy, you do not need to work. The money would come to you using magic. I was only 26. I did not ask how much. I just wanted to go and visit that sangoma so that he can assist me. Joseph, when we were on our off days, that was when he took me to a house in Sunnyside. When we got them, they started to speak in their Malawian language. There was an old man there. He did not know much Sotho or English. Joseph was the one that translated everything for me that he was saying. The old man said that for me to start receiving my monthly blessing, I was supposed to at least give something to this Sandawana. I had to give up my seed. I said, how am I going to give up my seed? If only I had known that this Sandawana would come, I would have refused. I was then told that I had to make love to the Sandawana. Then it was going to close up my seed so that I will never be able to impregnate a woman ever again in my entire life. It is something that women that I sleep with, they do not even know that the reason as to why whenever I ejaculate, the semen, it is not your normal sperms, but it is watery. It is because I slept with a Sandawana. This is how I slept with a Sandawana. A skin of a Sandawana was brought before me, and then I was told to take the cow's hide. It was inside of a cow's hide, and then I was told to go into another room, which was an empty room. When I entered into that room, I stripped myself naked, and then I lifted that Sandawana skin and wrapped it around my manhood. When I did this, my manhood, it was not even hard, not erect. But the moment that I wrapped it around this Sandawana, then it started to act as if it was inside of a woman's private part. Within 5 seconds, I had already ejaculated. That is how I made love to a Sandawana. Then the sangoma, when he saw that I was done, that was when he took that Sandawana skin and he said that the Sandawana had accepted my sacrifice. I could not have any kids anymore. I said, God bless you. I already have another child and I already have another one that is on the way. So there is no need for me to worry. This was before the final ritual that we did. We returned back home, me and Joseph, and then I went back to the shrine. This time around, when I went to the shrine, I was alone. When I was at the shrine, the traditional healer then told me that the Sandawana was complaining, saying that my seed was not enough. It wanted more. It wanted my blood. And I knew that he was talking about my pregnant girlfriend at the time. So already I had seen that this man had real occult powers, and I did not want to lose this chance that I thought that I had gotten, an opportunity of a lifetime. The ritual, it was really terrifying. The old man gave me a small coin, a very old coin, and a piece of a red string. He told me not to go home, but I was supposed to go and sleep at the graveyard. I said, what about snakes? He said, you have to go and sleep at the graveyards. You're going to be protected. If you die, then it meant that you were not worthy to receive the blessings of this Sandawana. So then I went and I slept at the graveyard. The next day, that was when I went and I slept at my girlfriend's place, but she was staying with her mother, and I waited for her to fall fast asleep. You know, a pregnant woman, when she sleeps, she will sleep without even waking up. So during her pregnancy, my girlfriend, she loved me a lot and she wanted to sleep with me at all the times. After she had fallen fast asleep, I pretended as if I wanted to have sex with her whilst she was asleep. I started to romance him whilst she was facing the other way and I was cuddling with him. I slowly placed that red string and I placed it underneath her belly and then I tied it as I was busy romancing her. She did not wake up. And then I made that coin that I had put on top of the grave whilst I was in the grave the night that I slept at the graveyard. So when I made the red string to touch the coin, this meant that I had agreed to sign the contract that whatever that was growing inside of her womb could belong now to the Sandawana. But I did not know that this pregnancy that was now a sacrifice, when the abortion was going to happen, my girlfriend was going to die as well. I deliberately started a fight with my girlfriend. Even though she loved me a lot, we started fighting and then I told her that I did not love her anymore. When I saw that she still loved me, what I did was so cruel and heartless. I ended up sleeping with 3 of her best friends and she found out about this. She cried and then she asked for money to go and have an abortion. And I told her that she can go. I really did not even care. She was supposed to go to the clinic. I don't know what came over him. Maybe it was this spirit that was making him to go to the place where it was illegal. The Nigerians were going to give her things that were going to kill her. She went to the abortion clinic and then the pregnancy was removed. But she started to suffer from the complications. She was bleeding out too bad. And when she was taken to the hospital, I just switched off my phone because I had been told that I was not supposed to be there when she was going to die. In 2015, when I was told that I was going to start receiving 11,000 each and every month in the beginning of the sacrifices that I had done, I thought that this was a lot of money. And I thought that I was going to keep on getting more and more and more money until I became a millionaire. So after my girlfriend had passed away, that was when I shifted locations and I started living in the suburbs. You see, as a person that was now making 11,000, I had to change my lifestyle, and when I moved to the suburbs, 11k, it is nothing. I started to struggle again and I returned back to the location. So instead of this money increasing, and this is how this money appears to me, this 11,000 does not come at once. I can wake up and I can see that maybe there is 1,000, then another day I wake up and I see 7,000, until it is 11,000. Sometimes I can go out to the mall. When I go to the mall, there might be someone that will be walking in front of me. Then that person can just drop their wallet or even money. I pick it up and then there is no one that will even see me that this is what I have done. I can be on a taxi and someone can just forget their bag and inside there is money. I thought that eventually this 11,000, it was going to make me to become a rich man. I thought that I will be a millionaire maybe by 2017, but that is the lie of these rituals. The money is locked. No matter what I do, no matter how hard I work or what business I try to start, I have never had more than 11,000. If I earn 5,000 at a job, the ritual money becomes 6,000. I once got a job. This was in the year 2018. I started driving for this other small company. The money that they were giving to me, it was 7k. All of a sudden, then I started to only pick up 4,000 because by then I had said, let me look for a job so that if I get 11,000 that is being given to me by the Sandawana, then I would combine that money with my own salary so that I can have a lot of money. But I discovered that I am unable to pass that 11,000. If I lose my job, don't think that this 11,000 will dry up. No, this 11,000 will still come to me. And I am not allowed to give this money to any of my relatives. It is like a poverty trap that is from hell. 11,000 in Pretoria, it is nothing. It pays for a room, some food, maybe a few drinks, since I don't have anything to do. So I am always drinking alcohol, and I am not even rich. The Malawian traditional healer that assisted me right now, I do not even know where he is right now. I really need advice. If you know any other traditional healer that can assist me to chase away this spirit of this Sandawana, I am writing this to you because I am scared that I'll keep on losing some of my relatives, as I have been having dreams about some of my relatives that I am leading to their graves, and they ask me, why am I leading them to their graves? And then I see a Sandawana that suddenly appears out of nowhere. If you are listening to my story, do not do it. Do not listen to the foreigners who promise you that you're going to make money through rituals. I am regretting right now. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. Let us speak with our dear brother in the comment section. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. He's saying that he is using a Sandawana, but the only problem that he is facing is that this Sandawana does not want to increase his wealth. He is where he is and he can't make more money. Even if he tries to work, then the Sandawana stops giving him more money. Let us meet again in the following episodes.